it's looking healthy. It's looking good. Mic's all set up right. That's good. That's good. Alrighty. So we're back again, baby. Doing Huh. Apparently they changed everything up in the YouTube partner program. I've never actually been part of the partner program, but I was eligible since I have technically like 30-some thousand views on my channel, but that sucks. Got me try application was 4,000 watch hours in the previous 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. Well, it shouldn't be that hard to get 1K subscribers. I gotta work more on my channel. Would be great. So if you're watching this right now, if you appreciate so far right now doing RuneScape, I have played other video games. You can check me out. Play a lot. Me and my brother have started doing a podcast together. Yeah, I'm at 23 subscribers. It's definitely built up some. I think I probably got about 6 or 7 subscribers since starting doing RuneScape, and I think I might actually just start trying to do more RuneScape. I don't know. I'm liking the game so far. I don't know where my brother's at. I do have other games. I don't have a desktop capture right now, but oh shit, where are those? Oh hey, what's up?
Hello.
Hey, what up?
Hey.
So apparently YouTube changed up its partner program now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, originally I was eligible for it because all you had to do is have like 10,000 views overall on your channel. And I have probably about 35k views. But now you have to have like 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of people watching your stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's just going to be harder and harder for, because there's some YouTube stars out there that make a lot of money.
Yeah, they make some fucking bank.
Yeah. Is that what you're throwing this on, is YouTube?
Yeah, I've just been throwing on YouTube lately.
Well, maybe after we get enough, we can throw it, maybe see if we can throw it on iTunes or Google Play or whatever, or just like a small one or something. I should probably read up on this too.
Yeah, I've been trying to just look up on ways to do it, but it's just, I don't know. It sucks too because, I guess they're canceling Dragon Ball Super, which is one thing I was going to actually make pre-rendered videos for. Like, I was actually going to just, like, record myself and do, like, actual video edit that. And they're going away with Dragon Ball Super, so I'm like, fuck.
Oh, you got another one you can do. I'm sure there's probably do Dragon Ball Z episodes.
Yeah, I could review and go back and talk some, like, I have, like, talking to, like, fan theories and reading the mangas sometimes. It just sucks because that was like the one thing I was like watching constantly week by week. That's like the only TV show I didn't keep up on at all.
Are you recording this?
Yeah, I've actually been recording before you got on.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that this is coming up or whatever. I don't know. Kind of really high.
Yeah, oh man, I'm about to be there because my buddy came and dropped some off yesterday, and oh my god, I haven't had this good shit in Alney in fucking forever.
Wow.
It's great, love it.
Yeah, we got some good stuff right now too.
That's one thing I miss about like living by STL, man. It's just how good of prices I can get, and how good of stuff I can get.
Yeah, that's what's kind of nice. That's why, I mean, I'm not gonna say that like not being able to smoke weed is the only reason I'm not moving back to like Olney or anything like that. There's a lot of things. There's just not a whole lot to do there.
Yeah,
And even though I don't do a whole lot here, but still, it's like I've got 2 movie theaters within 5 minutes of my house, in my apartment.
yeah, I hated driving all the way to Vincent just to watch Star Wars, which, oh man, that movie, I'm still just not sure about it. It had some great moments, but god damn. But before we start talking movies, have you kept up on football at all today?
Yeah, I watched the Eagles Vikings, and God, that was a boring fucking game.
I know, that's what I was just watching. I was watching that, and I was like, it came like 4 minutes at the end. I was like, yeah, dude, they're not coming back. That's when I decided to watch Dragon Ball Super. I walked back in, and it was just post-game show, and I'm like, yep, knew it.
Yeah, I mean, because like the only game I could watch was the Eagles Vikings because it was on the Fox app.
Oh, yeah.
And CBS, I guess. I tried looking this up the other day. Maybe it was for the last playoff game or something. But I tried looking up. I guess CBS struck a deal with the NFL to where they put the NFL games on their like subscription service. So.
That's like.
So they. So yeah, so like that subscription service, which is like CBS Now or something or whatever, it's like $6 a month, and they do that, which it kind of makes me wonder. Which I guess, I mean, CBS isn't technically cable, so are they really getting paid from the cable subscription service? Probably not.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I should probably, if I want to be in this business, I don't really want to be in the television business, but I know, like, I should probably know how this shit works. Or I probably should just know how this shit works because I know I studied hours of it at Eastern.
Right.
Like, this is what my fucking degree's in. That's what, like, a couple years out of your field does to you.
I don't know. Like, they're making just so many different streaming services that it's like, eventually we're gonna have to be just paying for like, we're not gonna be having cable anymore. We're gonna be paying like $50-$60 a month to have like 4 or 5 streaming services.
You keep cutting in and out.
Oh, is the mic going off?
Yeah, is it the mic?
Let's see.
It's like you sound like an android for a second and you come back in.
Oh, that just might be the audio quality sometimes on Discord. I'm wondering why that would be happening. Let's see, I gotta check my levels. It's looking like I'm doing good, but yeah, if it sounds like a robot sometimes, that might just be Discord. If it happens a lot,
Just be Discord.
if it's happened a lot, that's weird. Oh yeah, I'm having lag spikes. Yeah, I see where you're talking about now. It is my Discord.
Is it? Are you gonna have to like go out and come back in, or what? Is this unplug it and plug it back in?
Well, I think it might be my Wi-Fi. Not my Wi-Fi, but my internet.
What?
2 bars. I'm having some bad lag right now. That's weird. Yeah, my YouTube
Oh,
showed
well.
it too. Let's see. Let's see. I can look at it real quick to see like if I change that.
What was this? That was not written. Okay, here's a new one. I'm talking to myself now. Oh. Oh, fuck, okay.
I'm still in here. It's just,
I mean, you sound fine now. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm watching it like I haven't been talking whenever it like spikes up or yeah, like right now it's spiking up.
You keep getting zzz, zzz. Should you lower your levels? Is that it?
Let's. Oh, hold on a second.
Do I sound alright?
Yeah, you sound great. Like I actually had turned up my. At first you
damn,
sounded really
dude.
quiet, but I turned up my headphones. I think what may be happening is Mom and Dad are probably on YouTube, which that shouldn't affect it in my opinion. But with how internet around it, around Olney is, it's that bad sometimes. Like just them watching YouTube videos.
No, is Dad in town?
No, Dad's not in town. But like Mom and Jenna are probably both on there watching fucking makeup video. I don't know. I walked into the fucking Jenna's room earlier and they were doing their each other's makeup. I'm like, fucking girls.
Fucking girls with your makeup and stuff.
God damn it. I always act like I hate, like I'm disgusted by girls. 'Cause I always convince them, I'm always like, I just don't want to. They're always like, what can I do before I leave, man? I'm just like, can you go check women's bathroom and clean it if possible? So I don't want to. Because honestly, dude, working in the restaurant business, I realized that women's bathrooms are usually dirtier than men's. Like, a men's bathroom isn't that bad besides you set the mop. But, like, women's, it's like, dude, what the fuck? And this is not being any way misogynistic or anything like that. I'm just saying,
you
like,
gotta have to. You
gotta
have to put that disclaimer out in 2018 anymore.
I know, exactly. But I've even talked to girls I work with, and they're always like, yeah, I hate cleaning the women's bathroom. Because there's one stall that these girls just literally just fucking flick their boogers on. I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? That's so gross.
Yeah, when I worked at a bar, some of the more unseeable things I saw were in the women's bathroom.
Yeah, just.
I mean, but the guys at the same time, like the guys' bathroom. One time, I walked in there, and I don't know what the hell happened, but somebody had like pulled the toilet off the wall.
What the fuck?
And so, like, it's just spraying like water everywhere.
Oh my god!
And I walk in, I'm like, fuck. So I go get my manager, which his name was Adam too at the time, and he goes, fuck, man, get a squeegee. So like, I get a squeegee. One dude who worked there, but he was just there on his night off, like drinking. He saw and he goes, oh shit. So he like goes and grabs the squeegee, and then somebody like goes down and shuts off the water. So we had to close up early, which even though like we closed the bar up early, I still like left at 2 a.m. Oh man. Yeah, I remember that because then I drove to Olney like right after that shift.
Oh man.
Because I remember thinking, like, man, this should be an easy shift, like, not a big deal. Because it was like, I think I remember it was towards the end of the school year. I think it was after the school year, so there wasn't like that many people there. So like there wasn't like a ton of people there, like a normal Saturday night would be. But
there was one time at fucking Monocle's, I had to literally wipe up shit from the wall. It was just disgusting.
Yeah, that makes me barf. Wow, as I burp up some tacos, I had tacos tonight.
Yeah, we had some chili, and oh man, I love that chili every time.
So, I was just before I got on here, I was just watching a little bit of Wonder Woman. And I was watching some of that. Which, I mean, this is going to be like our third podcast in a row talking about something DC.
I mean,
but, I mean, it's got I mean, we've got some news from DC though. Like, I don't know, but I was watching Wonder Woman and I was like, wow, they did really do well with that.
Oh yeah, they did. That was a great movie. And have you seen the kind of news that came out today about Wonder Woman?
Well, not the news, but I saw that. Well, I saw that DC put out their slate of movies, like their new slate.
Oh, they got a new slate? I have not seen that.
Yeah, but what news came out about Wonder Woman? We'll get to the slate, but what's the Wonder Woman?
So they're talking Wonder Woman 2, and apparently they have a new rule for anti-sexual harassment. I'm just like, but the thing is like, the fact that that had to be made into a news article in the first place and be made into like a policy, but like, shouldn't that already be a policy? Like,
Yeah,
Hollywood is this huge thing. Like, how was it not a policy already to not sexually harass people? Like, the other day I was watching manager videos for McDonald's, and it's like, you could rub an employee's shoulders, either gender, and it could still be sexual harassment. I'm just like, what the fuck?
well, yeah. Like if somebody comes up to me and starts rubbing my shoulders, and it makes me feel weird. I'm gonna be like guy or girl. I'm gonna be like, don't rub my shoulders.
Right? But that's an already known thing, and why is that? Why did I have to even say that? Let alone like, why is this now being talked to about in Hollywood? Like, I understand the whole Harvey Weinstein shit going on, but like,
Well, because it wasn't. I mean, like it was just kind of like Hollywood has been such like an old man, like Hollywood's just kind of like an old boys club, is what it seems like. Like only certain people can get in, and only certain people could break through, and then you got all these powerful men, and I mean powerful women too, but mostly like Hollywood's like mostly men. Is like, I mean, especially back. You know, like now there's a lot more women in them, but in Hollywood, but like especially back, I mean, you're talking like the 40s and 30s, like when it first, you know, when like a man could go out and cheat on their wife and literally tell their wife, but then the wife would still not divorce because you just didn't do that back then. So I mean, now it's just like, yeah, to me and you. Like when that had to be a news release about Wonder Woman 2, just being like, okay, you don't want people touching people inappropriately or making, you know, stupid comments.
yeah. Like,
And it's like, when I go to work, I mean, my work's mainly dudes. But yeah, like, I mean, when I see women in the building, I'm not gonna catcall or anything like that. But
I'd be like, hey, baby. I don't know.
as you rub your gut, bounce it out of your t-shirt.
Hey, how you doing?
And you know, and when they run away, and you're like, I don't know why that didn't work.
God damn it! I thought it always works, man.
Yeah. Oh, so you're telling me that just, you know, flashing my junk just doesn't turn a woman on?
I mean, shit, fuck. I might have to find a new strategy. No wonder I've been single so long.
You run around with the trench coat. Hello. Oh God. Jesus, we go from Wonder Woman to us flashing penises. All right.
Hey. Sometimes
Reminds me of Super Troopers.
dude, I just saw the trailer for Super Trooper 2 the year.
I still haven't watched that.
I got told it's been out for like a year now. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it comes out on 420.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really look that funny, but then again, it has Linda Carter in it.
Well, Linda Carter was in the last one.
Was she really? I have not seen.
Yeah, she was the mayor in the last one.
Let's see, I don't.
Yeah,
I saw
she was
people
the.
flipping out about it. I was just like, what's so wrong with her doing a movie? Like,
Yeah, she was in the last one.
so now,
I didn't notice it until like I think, when did I watch that movie? It was probably a couple of years since I've seen that movie, and I was like, oh, that's Linda Carter.
that makes me question more like, why are people flipping out about it if apparently she's already been in it?
Yeah. She is beautiful. Even I don't know how old she is. But damn.
I would say
Uh,
Wonder Woman, the TV show, was like what, out in the '90s or something like that.
no, it was 70s. I think Wonder Woman was like 77 because I remember seeing there's a comic book kind of like how there was Batman 66. There's a Wonder Woman 77 out there, and it's kind of like the Batman 66 comics where it's like the TV show.
Oh shit! See, that's how much I read up on that, obviously, because I don't know shit.
Yeah, no, that's what. Yeah, I don't know. But I guess okay. So I'm looking at DC. So from Wonder Woman to the DCEU. Wow, that took a second, but it's all right. We got plenty of time to fill. Um, so they revealed their slate, and it has 6 movies on it.
Okay.
So they've got Aquaman, which comes out like November of this year. They've got Shazam, which looks like Shazam comes out like April of 2019. And
So
then it looks
Aquaman
like,
comes out this year.
yeah, Aquaman comes out November.
Huh. I'm surprised we haven't seen much from that, honestly.
Well, I mean, it's still what, January, and I mean we're still pretty close off from Justice League. So maybe they probably want Justice League to cool down for a little bit. We'll probably get a trailer. I mean, definitely. I think definitely before Infinity War for Aquaman.
Oh yeah.
I'd say what's that, like November? That's what, like 6 months in front. Yeah, that'd be enough time. We'll probably see one before Black Panther, honestly.
Well, it's smarter for them to do that way because how they did Batman vs Superman and how much they reviewed in the trailers, it's just like, whoa. I feel like they were just trying to bum rush everything. So
Yeah, they revealed the coolest parts in the trailer.
I do like them chilling out a little bit.
Yeah, because but then again, BVS had so much hype behind it, like so much hype. I mean, I remember being so excited for that,
Yeah, about
and then
passed
getting
out
my
on
hopes
that
and
movie.
dreams just shitted on.
God.
Which, I mean, to tell you the truth, I don't think that movie ever would have came up to my expectations.
Well, it's just, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I can't see myself ever walking out of that theater first time watching it and being like, yeah. But I mean, then again, like I think if I would have just had if I would have just had a decent action film for that, I would have been happy.
that would have been a lot better because it's just, I don't know. I'm almost kind of wondering how it would have been with Christian Bale. Like, I don't downsize Ben Affleck that much for how he's done as Batman. I think he's done pretty alright. But he's already talking about leaving, and it's just pretty fast.
Okay, well that's another thing in this DCEU news about the slate of films. So what we do? Aquaman, Shazam, Wonder Woman 2 is like November 2019. Then they're going to do a Suicide Squad 2, which I think that's like summer of 2020. And then it looks like they're going to do Flashpoint and then the Batman.
What I'm looking at right now, this is Wikipedia, mind you. It's telling me
Well,
to
this just
slate.
came out yesterday. This
Oh,
is
it's
from
just-
MovieWeb.com.
Oh, okay. Because what I was looking at Wonder Woman 2, and then it goes Cyborg and then Green Lantern Corpse. And
No, it's completely different now. They're doing after Wonder Woman 2, it's Suicide Squad 2, Flashpoint, and the Batman. And then they're talking about, it's not finalized yet, but like a Nightwing movie, and then a Man of Steel 2 are like next on the list for them to do.
yeah, what I'm looking at right now, yeah, these got It says other projects in development: Batgirl, the Batman, Black Adam, Flashpoint. Which I don't know why they even talked Black Adam yet before making Shazam.
Well, because isn't The Rock already been cast as Black Adam in Shazam?
That is a pretty decent cast, in my opinion. Like, him as Black Adam, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's, I mean, should be alright. But I don't feel like they're in enough into how many movies they have to make a villain movie, which they've already kind of done with Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Because Marvel,
but I mean,
has Marvel even released an evil, like a villain movie?
Not that I know of.
I mean, they've done like anti-hero ones like Blade and, well, that's years ago, but Blade and Deadpool, but
Yeah, but that was a Marvel, you know, Disney Marvel. Deadpool's Fox.
yeah. But now that they are
So
all
now-
together,
Yeah, so now we get Deadpool in the Marvel universe, right?
dude, that's, yes, they can fucking do that now. That's
Oh, that's
awesome.
fucking cool.
I cannot wait for a Deadpool and Spider-Man movie. That would be amazing. Have you watched the I think it's the the Ultimate Spider-Man?
No, I haven't watched any cartoon Spider-Man since the 90s one.
Well, they basically have a Marvel Cinematic Universe in the Disney universe, like animated. So there's Guardians of the Galaxy, there's Ultimate or Amazing Spider-Man, something like that, and then we got the Avengers, and then there's a Hulk show. So there's like 4 different TV shows, and they all like collaborate with each other. And there was a Deadpool and Spider-Man episode. It was really fucking good.
See, that's smart because they've got the kids watching the TV shows, and then the kids see the advertisements for the movies, and they go, "I want to go see this."
Yeah, exactly. That's a great idea. And honestly, it's pretty good shows. I mean, they're really pandered towards children, I can tell sometimes, but sometimes it's just unless you're old enough and you know all about, like, a lot more about the Marvel universe and just comic books in general, they have a lot of little just Easter eggs and stuff like that. It's like, that's awesome.
Well, that's one thing I was just thinking about when I was watching Justice League Unlimited was, what does DC have out in terms of the in the cartoon world? Like, we know they got the CW shows.
Oh my god, they have Teen Titans Go.
Is that it?
That's as far as I'm aware of, is Teen Titans Go. They're actually coming out with an animated movie next year. Other than that, the only thing they have like an extended universe of is their movies with Justice League,
Yeah, they're
War,
animated.
and Throne of Atlantis, and then there's also a couple, I think, the Batman ones.
But those are straight to, you know, DVD movies. Like, those aren't shows where a kid, you know, a 5-6-year-old kid can sit down and watch, you know, while their parents go to work or or whatever, you know.
They do have DC Action All Stars or something like that. It's DC All Stars or something like that. It's like little 14-minute episodes. I've never seen them on Cartoon Network, but they're like early morning. Like, not early. Well, like 9.
I mean, Warner Brothers owns Cartoon Network is from what I can gather.
Yeah, and I don't understand why they don't have more DC related stuff on there. Like back in the day, whenever you had Teen Titans and Justice League, and then before that Batman, and then like they were always on Cartoon Network before, like, and then before that it was just their own, what was it, Warner Brothers TV.
Yeah, because they had like Batman Brave and the Bold, and they had the other Batman and stuff, and but
there was
I was listening.
Batman one that was really good. Can't remember the name of it though.
Well, like, I would think that I was listening to Fat Man on Batman, and they brought up the fact that, like, Animaniacs picked up Animaniacs. So they're gonna do that, and then they're like, why not bring back Batman the Animated Series.
That'd be smart. I mean, it's a good damn well. It's a good series.
Yeah, you still got Bruce Timm, Paul Dini. You still got Conroy. You still got Hamill around. You still got. I'm sure there's plenty of the other characters around. And I mean, if you didn't want to do animate, and then you could do the animated series, you can also do Justice League too.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Which I think wasn't that Bruce Timm and Paul Dini who did that as well.
Oh yeah, they're also bringing back Young Justice.
Oh, they're bringing that back.
I don't know if you've read or like watching any of those, but they've already confirmed Young Justice season 3, and it's so I'm so fucking hyped for it, man.
It's been like years since they had season 2, right?
Yeah, and then they actually it's. I'm not gonna lie. As much hate as Teen Titans Go gets, I usually end up watching it sometimes. Like, I'll just be hungover, I'll just have TV on, and it'll just be on Cartoon Network, so I'll probably be drinking and watching Adult Swim the night before. And
It always happens to me when I go home, too.
Yeah, right? And so, like, I just wake up, and I'm watching it, and there's one episode, I think it's, like, one of the first 2 seasons, 1 or 2, but they actually, it's like, they, like, talk about how they're getting serious, and then they face off against like the Young Justice cast.
Yeah. That's cool.
It was really cool. There's another one where they actually reference the old Teen Titans show, and they're like, "That's such a quality show. Why are we like this?" And it's hilarious. And I'm just like, okay, if you're gonna sit there and make fun of yourself, I like the writers, but like, come on, Cartoon Network. If you're gonna be okay and be like, yeah, why are we letting this episode go on? Whatever, we could just make that show back or whatever, because Teen Titans ended on a bad note. Like, it was just a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been reading up on shit lately. That's the kind of shit I've been kind of reading up on lately, so that's what I was. Yeah,
well, I didn't know. Did you want to talk about a movie tonight?
Honestly, I didn't really have a plan on what we talked. I mean, that's not good to have, but I mean, I didn't really have an overall plan.
Because well, I guess so. There was going into more new. I listened to Batman on Batman in the last couple days, so I'm getting some of the news from them. Getting some. I've got Movie Web popped up here, but so there was like a release of Tom Hardy.
Oh like yes, for Venom.
Yeah, but he just looks like Tom Hardy. Like there's nothing.
All I saw is that he just came out and was like, the director was talking about, I guess they're on the set, and then he just comes out and everyone's like, oh my god, it's Tom Hardy, and he's just like, yeah, check it underneath your seats, we all have these sweet t-shirts. But other than that, all I've seen is that Spider-Man is confirmed to be in a little bit of it, and I'm just like, well, there we go, there's a villain movie after, what, how many years of Marvel being around?
Yeah, but that's technically Sony.
Yeah, true, that is Sony too. I always forget.
That's still technically Sony, which I think eventually, like, Disney's going to look at Sony and be like, how much to buy these characters back?
Oh, yeah.
Although they've already got that deal with Sony, but I know that eventually they're just going to be like, look, how much to just have these characters back? Just let us do it with our own shit. But I think Sony, I mean, Spider-Man Homecoming was a good moneymaker, which... Tom Hardy was in that, and he got vaporized. He was like, yeah, he was like killed really quick.
Oh, because he was
by
the Striker, or not Striker,
yeah, he was the guy with the thing, the fisty thingy majigger.
The Shocker.
Yeah, the Shocker.
Shocker. Yeah, that was him. I didn't even recognize him. Then again,
yeah. Well, because he didn't have a mask on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Like, every time I see him, I'm just like, who is Tom Hardy? All I can think of is Bane, and he does not look anything similar to Bane. Like,
he was Bane, and then he was also in Mad Max, and he had a mask on the entire time during Mad Max.
I do remember him in Mad Max. That was a fucking good movie. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that was a good movie. And then in Dunkirk, he was an airplane pilot, and he had a mask on the entire time. Me and Alec went and watched that at the OmniMax, and the entire time, like, I kept seeing Tom Hardy. I'm like, dude, you just cannot show your face, can you? And in Venom, he's gonna have a mask on.
Yeah, you're not gonna see him at all.
Yeah, he was in a movie, a Guy Ritchie movie. It's a really good movie called Rock and Roll. It's a good movie.
Huh.
Have you ever watched any Guy Ritchie movies?
No, actually.
Oh man, well he did the Sherlock Holmes. Did you watch the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes movies?
Guy Fieri made that.
No, Guy Ritchie, not Guy Fieri, not the fucking chef. Guy Fieri.
That might be a little.
Oh my god, Guy Fieri. Yeah, yeah. There'd be a lot more of the. What is the? I don't know what the fuck his catchphrase is because I've never watched fucking Guy Fieri.
Flavor Town or some shit.
Oh yeah, Flavor Town. Yeah, there'd be a lot more Flavor Town. Oh my god.
That is one thing I do not regret. Like, I can't remember who it was, but I was
Sherlock would be like, Watson, this is some Flavor Town.
I was in some relationship, and every day we'd come home and just watch Man versus Food.
Oh man.
Like, I got so much weight whenever I was fucking just doing that every day.
Oh, whatever.
Hey, well, for me, it was a lot of weight.
I remember we watched that. Matt put it on when we were at the apartment in college, and we were all just ripped. And the entire time, I'm like, I just want all this food right now.
I just want to make a lot of food.
Like that 5-pound burger, I want that in my mouth right now. All those chicken wings, I just want all that. I'm like, this is the worst. Why are we watching the Food Channel while we're high?
Yeah, that's how I torture myself during the middle of summer because all I do is sit there and watch, like, just sushi. Like, how to make all this different sushi. I'm like, dude, I'm so fucking hungry right now.
Well, go out and buy the ingredients to make sushi, and then... I made sushi once. Well...
I would have if I still lived in Granite, but, like, I went to the Walmart the other day and I realized, I'm like, oh, they actually have some, like, raw salmon. I was like, yeah, dude, we're totally...
Salmon?
I also say, caramel.
Caramel? I like caramel.
Here's your caramel sundaes.
Would you like some salted caramel?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm totally playing some RuneScape right now.
Are you fucking kidding me? This is the attention. This is what's gonna get us dead air. That's what people want on a podcast, is dead air.
No, I don't have dead air. What's giving him is some content to watch and be like, okay, I could totally, like, watch RuneScape while two dudes talk about movies and shit. Like, come on.
Wait, so this is gonna be played over you playing RuneScape?
Yeah.
God, that sounds fucking boring.
Well, it's better than last time, because last time I didn't have anything to put in the background. It was literally just a black screen.
Oh, yeah. See, that's why I think it'd be better if this was on, like, a... You know, like an iTunes or something, which I don't know how to... We probably need some subscribers first or something.
Yeah, I don't know how to... See, that's what I'm not very good about knowing how to get that on. We could probably try on, like... God, there's like a free podcast app, but I can't really remember what it was. But
we can read up on it.
This is honestly the only way, because the last few times we just had black screen, so...
When is, I'm just thinking, when is Venom supposed to come out?
I thought it said something about 2018 whenever I read it.
2018?
I mean, that's this year. I keep forgetting.
It looks like October 5th, 2018.
Oh, is it coming out this year? Shit.
Michelle Williams is going to be in it. Keep hearing Michelle Williams.
She's from,
Oh, she's in Manchester by the Sea. Okay.
Ooh, that was actually a pretty good movie.
I haven't watched it.
I was hanging out with Cole one night, and you know him, he likes his indie movies, and I watched... Speaking of indie movies, have you ever watched Swiss Army Man?
No.
Oh God, you need to watch that. Oh Jesus, that is a movie.
Well, speaking of indie movies, I went and saw The Post. Well, I mean, really, it's not an indie movie because it's got Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep, and then it was directed by Steven Spielberg. So this is a complete opposite of an indie film, actually. But it was good. I enjoyed it. Except I went to Ronnie's, the one South County,
Yeah.
and I guess they completely redid it. They rebuilt one of the theaters to where it's called like the DLX theater, and I guess you get like they put in like these super nice Dolby speakers, and like the screen's a little bit bigger. I mean, it's not the IMAX; they still got the IMAX there, but like the screen's bigger. So, but I was in the theater next to that screen, and The Post was like a very like dialogue driven movie. Like there was a lot of talking in it. Um, and there was part, and I guess it was Jumanji was playing on that DLX theater. So every once in a while, I could hear like the explosions and stuff in my theater. I'm like, oh wow,
Damn. That,
yeah. And but except like I would say probably half an hour, maybe like 45 minutes into the movie, this guy comes in and sits a seat there's a seat in between me and him. He just comes in, sits down, puts his feet up in the recliner, puts his jacket like it's a blanket, and then all of a sudden he starts breathing really loud and heavy. And I look over, and the motherfucker's asleep. Like he's fucking asleep. You just walk into this movie theater like I know you didn't pay for a ticket for this movie theater. You just walk in and you fell the fuck to sleep. So I turned and I like leaned over and pushed him, and I was like, "Hey man, you are really loud." And it was just me, him, and then there was some couple like behind me, which they talked a little bit too, but they weren't like that bad. But this guy, I like pushed him, and then he's like, "Oh, okay," and then he like goes to watching it, and then he starts breathing heavy again. I turn over, he's asleep, so I push him again. I'm like, "Dude," and he's like, "Oh, okay," and then he sits there for 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden like leaves. And this was in a span of like 20 minutes in the movie. So I'm sitting there, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? But, and then the movie ended. And then I wanted to check out the DLX screen, except I felt so wrong doing it. Like, I walked in, I kind of peeked around the corner, even though if, like, somebody from the movie theater would have saw me, they would just be like, dude, go to your seat. But, like, I peeked around the corner and, like, watched a little bit. Which I still haven't seen that movie, which I'm like, you know, I've got Movie Pass now. I'm sure I'll catch it in theater sometime. Or I don't know. It doesn't appeal to me. I'm just not really that excited to see a Jumanji.
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I hear it's good, but the part that I watched at the theater, I was kind of like, I'm not really laughing.
It's not like the same movie though. It's I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, the first Jumanji was just awesome. God, the amount of times I watched it.
Dude, that was such a good quality movie. And yeah,
Oh, it's such a good movie.
just a great
And
performance.
it'll still hold up. Which I mean, I don't know if other generations. I don't know if that's just a generational movie to us. Like if we showed that to Jenna, would she like it?
No.
Because I mean, I've heard of like movies where if you don't watch them during while you're a child, which I mean, I don't know. I think Jumanji holds up, but I don't know about other generations. You know, kind of like Hook for us holds up. Well, Hook was before you.
I still think Hook was a good movie though. Like,
Yeah, I enjoy Hook, but like I hear people older than us are like Hook was shit. But I had good actors in it too. Wasn't Dustin Hoffman Hook?
was it Dustin Hoffman? He had a lot of makeup on.
Who was Hook? Let's IMDb this shit real quick. Yeah, it was Dustin Hoffman.
Huh.
Yeah, he's Hook. And Julia Roberts was Tinkerbell. Let's see. Anybody else who I know? No. Phil Collins?
Phil Collins is in it?
Yeah. I don't think this is the same Phil Collins as, in the night Phil Collins.
So wait, about The Post though, so that was a good movie though?
Yeah, it was a good movie. It's kind of pretty relevant to the times too, because it's about the Washington Post, the newspaper, and basically they get the Pentagon Papers, which like the Pentagon Papers revealed that JFK knew that we would lose Vietnam, and like that Lyndon B. Johnson knew that we would lose Vietnam, and that like Nixon like wanted us to stay in the war because he knew it would elect him to president. Like they had a chance, but then like Nixon, there was a chance to end Vietnam War, or at least American involvement in it, and then Nixon was like, no. Or maybe it was Congress or something. Then Nixon tried to, like, the New York Times got the Pentagon Papers, and then Nixon like subpoenaed them and told them they couldn't release it. And then the Post got it, and the Post said, "We're going to run this." And so it went all the way to the Supreme Court, and then they were able to run it.
Huh.
And then literally, like, it was like the Post. You can watch the Post, and then there's another movie out with Robert Redford that came out in like 1980 called All the President's Men, and it's about the Washington Post breaking the Watergate scandal. So the Post ends with like seeing them break in at the water, and then like literally you can watch like the next half, which came out like 1980. It wasn't directed by Steven Spielberg. It's just follows the same storyline.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So the Post is good. Great acting in it. Spielberg he's just a master at being able to move and capture what he wants with the camera on screen.
But like, how long has this been out? Because like, it doesn't look like it's very popular at all.
What, the Post?
Yeah.
Well, it's been out for a couple weeks. It won't be one of those films that is like really big popular. It's just it's one of those like Oscar films. I mean, it's Spielberg directing with Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep. Like that's kind of a formula for an Oscar right there. Like it's basically what it's. I mean, it's gonna. I think it's nominated.
Well, it's almost a movie. It's like Rotten Tomatoes 88%, 7.5 on IMDb, 76% on Google, 83% on Metacritic, which I think Metacritic should just kind of stick with games.
I mean, it's like, yeah, I can. What was it on IMDb again?
7.5.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it. I can understand, because when it first came out, people were like, it's kind of a boring film, but I can understand that, because I mean, there's a lot of talking, but still, I enjoyed it.
Well, I could tell it was like a movie that was kind of struggling at first, because I did not really see anything on TV about it, but I just saw so many Facebook ads and so many just ads on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, I mean, it looks alright.
Oh, yeah, they're going to advertise the shit out of it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And then I think Friday I tried to go watch I, Tonya. The Margot Robbie film with, it's about the Tonya Harding. She paid like a bodyguard to like kneecap Nancy Kerrigan. This is like during the Winter Olympics. They were both figure skaters.
Oh, yeah, I have seen some about that.
Yeah, and Margot Robbie plays Tanya Hardy, and then it's also got Allison Janney, who I really like. She's in it too. I went to go see that, but then my movie pass went, and I didn't know because I saw the post the night before if I hadn't waited enough time. But also, it pissed me off because you know how you select seats now. Every seat I selected, it wouldn't work.
Really?
Yeah, and then finally, it kept saying, "Sorry, your Mastercard isn't working," because Movie Pass is basically a Mastercard. And I wonder if people are walking by, this dude just getting declined over and over. I'm like, God.
That would fucking blow. I don't know.
Yeah.
It does sound like a sweet fucking deal though to have.
Yeah. The customer service though. I mean, I think it's just too big. Because I've sent them probably 5 questions, and I've had it since December, and they have not responded to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
The only response I've gotten is, "Thank you for submitting your feedback. We will get with you shortly." And I'm like, it's been a month. They've already charged me for my 2nd month, and I still haven't heard from them about it. But I mean, for the most part, it works. So as long as it keeps working.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I hate terrible customer service.
I know, I do too. That's kind of my thing. Is I'm just I want, just based on their customer service alone, I want to end the subscription. But at the same time, it's pretty fucking great.
Cause I remember I just got screwed over by the electric company one time. And it's just the way they were acting. It's just well, we don't really care what you do. Basically, go fuck yourself. And I'm just like,
yeah. And then it's what are you gonna do? Go to a different electric company?
It's I fucking can't. They have me fucked.
That's why I think cable companies have gotten away with that for so long, because they basically, I mean, if you're, I'm pretty sure I can only get Charter here.
There's Charter and there's AT&T over in Granite, and it's, I don't know, whatever else. Yeah, I don't know, I just can't do this anymore, and try to go to AT&T wouldn't take me. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because they only service certain areas and stuff.
I was like, are you fucking serious right now? And Charter was kind of hello, welcome back. And I'm like, fuck you.
Man.
Although it's going up around here too, because Mom was talking about how she was like, I don't know, is there a better company to go to? I'm like, there's 2 companies I thought to go to.
Oh god, I had MediaCom in college. Jesus, that was such a pain in the ass. They're awful. I mean, it's I hear Comcast isn't any better, which, I mean, New Wave and Allman, that's Comcast.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's just, I guess prices have gone up hardcore, and I just don't understand, there's only 2 places to go to around here. It's kind of, it's a monopoly. I thought we had rules against not having a monopoly.
Yeah, John Oliver had something about that, Monopoly, but I don't know how they get away with it. But hey, you know what? We, the millennials, we're kind of saying fuck you to cable companies. Because I don't know how much, if they make money on internet. I don't know if they make money on their internet. It kind of always seems like they gotta give you that bullshit. Because they kept trying to give me the bullshit 3-package deal where you get cable, internet, and landline. They're cheaper. I'm like, okay, this is $90. How much is it if I just have cable and internet? And they're like, $85. I'm like, okay, give me that deal. But this is technically cheaper because you get more options. I'm like, why the fuck will I need a landline?
Right. That's what I kept thinking. I was just okay, it's $90, and I'm just no, I just want literally internet and TV. If anything, I just want internet.
Yeah, that's I thing is like when I got to my apartment here, I got internet for like $60. Now I pay like 55. I had to call them, and they're like, "Well, technically you're getting this, but we have this for 55, which was like 100 megabytes and stuff." And I've always got to call them every once in a while and just be like, "Hey, you're not running at the speed that I should be getting." They're like, "Oh, really? Well, how about now?" I'm like, "You fuckers like throttling my shit."
Right? Like they're
Because it
just
always
fucking
seems
you
like
over.
it'll be slow, and I'll do a speed test, and all of a sudden I'll call them. They'll be like, "Oh, how's this?" I'm like, "Oh my god, fuck off!"
Oh, it's like wherever the internet around here is supposed to be like, fuck. The internet around here is supposed to be like 50 megabytes per second, and I've been only getting like 5 megabytes per second. So we had to just keep calling, and eventually they came, but like it took like 2 of them, and they'd crawl underneath the house and go, "Yeah, we just can't really do anything. There's like a 5-way splitter or some shit." I'm just like, I hope we're not paying for this motherfucker to do this.
Well, they did that when I was home one time. I was in all the Comcast guys stopped by and they did something. They were like, "Okay, it's fixed," and then started flipping through, and I was like, "Actually, we've got less channels now." I'm like, "This channel doesn't work. This channel doesn't work. This doesn't channel doesn't work." And he's like, "Okay, well, see you later." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Right, I sat there and I was just kind of chilling around and let them do their thing, and I was like, I don't feel like they're doing anything right now. There's like, "Is Jake attack?" I'm just like, no.
No, not humans. Might go after a dog though.
Yeah, right.
Well, if a dog gets up in his shit. Oh, he just gets
It's like, you don't have to worry about that dog. A dog will, if anything, he'll just want to be pet.
yeah. Just don't pet the dog, because he'll follow you.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Is he getting enough exercise? Is he being able to get off that leash out there?
Well, he likes to just run around still, I guess, because, like, Jenna took him out the other day, and he jumped over the fence, and, like, 2 seconds later, jumps back over the fence towards her. I'm just like, why does that dog want to jump the damn fence so much?
Let's get laid.
Yeah, he really needs his balls cut off.
Yeah. I mean, that's why. It's like, that's because think of what is on his mind right now. Imagine what would be on your mind if you could jack off.
Yeah, right? Just like, hey, pussy.
Oh, God, I gotta take a shower after that one. But I mean, that's basically what he. I mean, he's a horn dog at the moment. He fucking needs to get laid. I mean, he boned Marley when he was here, when he was in Granite.
Alright. The one time he gets a pussy, he's just like, hell yeah, and just, damn. Got me now.
Yeah, I bet like if as soon as he sees Dad House, he's like, "Fuck yeah, get laid." No, I don't think Mom and Dad would want to go through having to deal with all those puppies again.
Yeah, right?
Also, I probably wouldn't let them.
Dad brought back,
Shoot.
Bella. She was just fucking wild as shit. I'm just like, God damn it.
Oh, so Bella's at your house now?
No, she's back with Dad again.
Okay. He said he enjoys her. She was fine when I was over there.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
he takes her on trips.
I just keep trying to convince Mom just let Bella inside, and she never would.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to work with a dog that's constantly in a kennel. Like, I don't... On my days off, I'd work with her, but other than that, like, I work at least 5 days a week.
And you sleep the rest of the time.
Yeah. Hey, I
No,
guess...
you really gotta. I mean, I know my friends with dogs. But I mean, like Tom and Lindsay, which they're a little bit like, little more. No, it's not like protective. I mean, yeah, they're really protective of their dogs, but uh, they're the dogs are very obedient. Like, like Ramsey's super loyal. Thierry was, which I mean, I think she's probably full grown now. She might, well, she will be by July. But yeah, I mean, she's been a puppy the last year and a half, so she's been the one that's kind of been screwing up. They have to kennel her when they leave because they were training her to let her like be out in the open because Ramsey's like, you know, just walks around the house and he's fine.
Yeah.
But they were training and they were letting her, like Thierry the German Shepherd out of the house, but then like Lindsay would come back and there would be, you know, like she would eat at the cart or the what's it, the fluffing of the couch or whatever. There was a hole in the couch and she would just dig at it and then she would like eat and then she would come back and she would just find all this shit or like the, you know, so she would just kind of tear shit up. But then they noticed that she enjoys being in the kennel more because I think because German Shepherds, I mean, they're constantly always thinking.
Yeah.
So they always want to be doing something unless they're tired or they're hungry. So they're, you know, I think it was just, you know, it's like you're thinking about a person who's constantly doing, and you almost give them too much.
Right. Fucking so. This is not something I really want to talk about, but I was just kind of on Facebook for like half a second, and I was just thinking like, what's one of the most relevant things I've heard about? The Tide Pod shit.
Oh, yeah, I keep hearing about that too.
And it's hilarious because I literally just went on the Tide's Facebook, and they had the hire Rob Gronkowski. That probably cost like a couple $100,000, maybe $1 million, some shit like that. Being like, yeah, could you tell them not to eat Tide Pods?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say anything because when I was in college and high school, kids were dying from bath salts and K2 and
Oh god, I remember that. I actually I had a few friends like flip out while doing K2, like.
Yeah, that always screwed with me too. That always kind of screwed with like my like. I would just be like, yeah, I'm fucked up, and then like 30 minutes later, I'd be like, man, I feel just like shit. Like,
Yeah, I tried it probably once or twice, and I was like, no, this is just stupid. Like,
yeah, I knew back in college. I knew one dude who didn't smoke weed. He only smoked the synthetic stuff, and he's like, synthetic stuff is the only stuff that gets me messed up. And like, when he'd come over, I'd smoke it with him, and there was some times where we'd smoke this stuff, and I'm like, wow, this is not good. Like now, I think if I even just the smell now, it kind of makes me sick because I think I got sick on it one night.
ooh.
Or I think I smoked it one night, and I remember just thinking like, man, this feels nothing like pot. I don't want any of this anymore. And I remember I just said no to it.
Yeah, I felt like honestly I was gonna have a heart attack. I was like, no.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a good high. I mean, like maybe it was just in your head that these are chemicals, so it felt like a chemical high or something.
Yeah, right. I did not expect. Or I did not expect it to be like that. Like, I've actually watched people flip out on that shit. I'm like, dude, what? Why are you guys doing this stuff?
Yeah, that's another thing I never understand is like when something makes people flip out, why do they keep doing it?
I mean, it's how like salvia is, right?
Yeah.
Just makes you just like neurologically just go like limp and shit.
Yeah, I remember I went to a friend's house and this is when I first started smoking weed a lot. And this is like when I was like 19, 20 maybe. And they were like, dude, we got salvia, like you can buy it in Indiana. I think it's illegal in Illinois or something. And I like smoked it, and like one dude's like, dude, the walls are moving on me. Like, all right. And then I smoked it. I'm like, I feel nothing. And that's when I was like, maybe I'm just too big of a stoner. Like,
You
trying to
just
go
smoke too
hard.
much weed, man. I don't fucking know. I never really cared so much about that type of shit.
No, salvia, I never really cared. I mean, there was a time in my life I was just experimenting with shit, but now I know what I like, and I know what stuff will make me doing. And I also know the environment. Festivals are always good.
Oh, man.
Which, speaking of, did you see Bonner's lineup?
Yeah, everyone's been talking shit about it. I was like, it doesn't look that bad of a lineup, though.
I'm fucking excited.
Like, literally everyone I saw post about, which is like, this is the worst lineup ever. I'm just like,
Really?
yeah, I was like, it doesn't look awful.
Oh my god, you got Eminem, like one of the greatest rappers of all time. You got the Killers of Muse, which are two of our generation's like top rock bands out there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, I could actually go to this. It'd be a nice little festival. I'd like to watch Eminem. Like,
Yeah, are you gonna try to go to Bonnaroo?
I might. I mean, depending. I might be trying to get a new job. Sears is hiring right now.
Oh,
Be a
yeah,
little,
don't tell them you're my brother.
really.
I don't know. I just kind of started being lazy towards the end.
Might be better than fucking McDonald's, though. That's for sure.
Well, keep trying, I guess. But I mean, you got. All right, I'm looking at the line. Killers Muse. Future, I don't really give a shit about that. I won't watch that. Bass Nectar, I mean, he always puts on a good show. Sturgill Simpson is that country guy. I don't know who that is. Bon Iver, I still don't really listen to Bon Iver. Khaled, that's a rapper. Paramore would be cool.
Oh,
Cascade,
yeah. I would
that's a
love to watch
DJ.
Paramore.
Yeah, All J. Sheryl Crow, I'd see Sheryl Crow just because, like, I know Dad was into her.
Wait, Sheryl Crow's gonna be there?
Yeah, she's gonna be there.
Dude, I would totally watch Sheryl Crow.
Revolution, they're really cool. They're like a reggae band, but they're super chill. Revolution, oh man, they would be the perfect band to just get stoned to. Check them out. They're such a stoner band. The Revivalists, they're good. We saw them at Austin City Limits.
Yeah, they were really good.
Chromeo, Rufus Day Soul, STS9, Alice in Wonderland, T-Pain. There's a super jam there that's pretty cool, and usually like a bunch of artists from who are playing will jump in. They just kind of jam and wing it and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Sir Sly's there. Griffin's good. I saw him at Lala. Big Wild's good. I saw him at Electric Forest. He's this guy. He walks out and he's got all these instruments. He just starts playing like a rhythm on an instrument, and then he loops it. And then he goes to another instrument and then like adds to it, and he just like loops it, and it's cool.
Oh shit!
Like,
I've seen something like that. You know, Bees and Stock.
Yeah.
A dude totally did that on Bees and Stock one time. It was fucking dope.
The first time I ever saw it was the percussion teacher, Terrence. Do you remember Terrence? We went up to Easter and took lessons from him.
Oh yeah, he was really good. He actually got me really a lot better on drums after like only like 2 or 3 times I did lessons with him.
Yeah, he was good. Of course, I mean he was the percussion teacher at Eastern. He the first time I saw him was at he did his own little show. Andrew was in town. It was the first time Andrew came to visit Eastern. It was like super icy and snowy out, but we went and saw Terrence. And he did this show. In one part, he like looped. He had the guy from the music tech department come up, and like he just went up to a microphone, and just played like all these different like percussion instruments, and then the guy on the computer just sat there and looped it, and it was probably like a 20-minute piece. It was pretty cool. and then they did another one where like him and a drum set, they like started and they would play the same rhythm, and then all of a sudden like they would go out and then they would kind of do their own thing, but it would like accent off each other. Like, and then towards the end, and then in the middle, they like came back to the same rhythm, and then like went back into fills, and they were just both just like do like super groovy shit, and then towards the end, they just like came back together again. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's fucking dope.
Yeah. How long have we been on here? What's our tickets to Bonnaroo? Right now, they're $324.50 plus fees. So probably like, wait, I mean, think about like $400 is probably Bonnaroo. And then Electric Forest is, which is that's definitely for sure for you, right? Electric Forest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like if you, if you can't do Bonnaroo, at least you can do Forest.
That's the one I definitely want to go to because
I think it's cheaper. Yeah, right now it's $309.75.
Ooh. I think it's buying it. I'm so mad that I was at one point about to buy Austin Limits for like, I think, how much did I buy it for? Like $250 or so. I almost about was like able to buy it for $160.
Oh wow! Well, was it for the full or was it just the day?
No, it was for a full. But it's like someone was just like, I gotta sell this fucking ticket now. I need money, and I was like,
oh wow.
Oh. And then my card got declined because I didn't put my other billing address in. I was kind of, I was living in Albany. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put that address in there.
That happened to me with when I bought that pass. So I'm sitting there and I was like, fuck. It was like already like 2 minutes in, they had already sold out. Holy shit. And then I was like walking around, I was like, fuck. And then like 10 minutes later, I was like, you know what, maybe I should try again. So I tried again and they're like, oh, your tickets are in your cart. And I was like, oh shit. So I type in all my stuff, but they only gave me 10 seconds to reserve the cart. And I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, okay, well then this must mean that like people got in and then they were like, oh, I don't have the money or I've changed my mind or whatever. So I kept trying and then I got it again. But I had like transferred money back to my savings account because I was like, oh, I'm clearly not getting them. I tried it, and then they're like, oh, your card was... I'm like, fuck. So I looked at my savings account, tried again. And then, like, all this shit just kept going wrong, and then my time ran out. I was like, fuck. This just isn't supposed to... just not meant to happen. So then I was determined. I just kept refreshing. And then eventually I got in, and, yeah, and then 6 festivals later.
That was a deal.
Yeah, for $800.
God damn.
Yeah, that's why I haven't bought Bonnaroo or Electric Forest tickets yet, because I want to see if that pass goes on sale. Which, if that pass goes on sale, if you have the money, you should see if you can do it. Because if that pass goes on sale, I'll get that pass. But I probably won't go to as many festivals because I'm saving up for Cambodia. So, I mean, it was going to the first 2 festivals. The first 3 festivals weren't like expensive or anything. No, the first like Bonnaroo, Electric Forest, and Atlanta wasn't expensive because I didn't have to pay for a hotel. Atlanta, I got Andrew's girlfriend had a friend, and she hooked us up. She had a house. We had a house like this apartment to ourselves for the weekend.
Damn.
Yeah, and then like Monday morning, I wake up and she's like, "Oh, like the person who lives there." It's like, "Oh, I'll be out of your hair like at any moment," and I was like, "It's your place. You do whatever you want." Like, thank you for letting us stay here. Saved us a couple $100.
Yeah, that was fucking dope.
Yeah. But I mean, like the hotel for Lala was $1,000 for 4 nights. But I was
How much for 4 nights? 4 nights?
it was $1,000 for 4 nights.
Holy shit!
Yeah, but I mean that was busy weekend in Chicago, and I was also walking distance from it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I was only a couple blocks away.
God, all the amount of times we had to walk to and from the fucking parking garage.
Oh man, that was such a truck too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a walk. Um, that was a walk, and by the end of the night, like your feet just hurt, and you're like, oh fuck.
I'm completely surprised of how I basically got like just belligerently drunk and still made it to your car before you did. Like, I don't know where the fuck I did and what I did. All I know is I just...
Well, because I picked up a bag of trash.
I know, like, it's just... I don't know how I even was like, okay, I gotta just go to the car. I don't know how the fuck I even made it there, in all honesty.
Yeah, the last time, like when you weren't there, but the last time I was walking back, like, bought a couple water bottles. That was like a lifesaver on one where I was like, because I can't remember where I ran out of water. Which like at Voodoo Fest, the one that I went to in New Orleans, that one was like I would take an Uber to the festival, but like getting out of the festival, there's no way you can Uber because like there was somebody told me that like an Uber to their hotel is $160.
Jesus.
Yeah. So like for Voodoo Fest, you would walk to a shuttle, and they would just bring these buses in, and they just shuttled you to Bourbon Street.
Damn.
Or you could jump off it. I mean, they basically took you downtown.
Oh. That's not bad.
No, yeah, it was great. So like the first night I was there, I went and ate at this cool bar on Bourbon Street. Can't remember what it's called, but they had really good alligator. And the next night, I was was that Saturday night? Yeah, I tripped then. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I got to Bourbon Street and then took an Uber home because I was like, I shouldn't be in public. And then the next night I did the same thing, took the shuttle to Bourbon Street, and then went to a restaurant. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still pretty good.
I just remember walking up to grab a beer, and they were like, we think you might be too drunk. Chug this bottle of water, and I was like, fuck yeah, and I chugged it. And then I wanted a beer, and I was like, thank you.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would want to go back to ACL. Maybe if like some people wanted to go, I would go. Or like if you wanted to go, I would go. But
it wasn't bad. I mean, I feel bad that you drove most of it. Like, oh, I actually drove all the way.
I drove all the way.
Yeah,
I did drive the whole way. Yeah, but to tell you the truth, I just started driving and I was just like, man, fuck it. I don't mind driving my car.
It's like long road trips. I'm usually all right with. Like, I hate just driving back and forth to like Granite and back. It's like,
I mean, the road trip was fine until fucking Oklahoma. That road through Oklahoma was shit. Like hit town, like it wasn't an interstate. You would go through these towns and be like a stoplight, and you're like, fuck, man.
oh yeah,
Like that for 4 hours.
I remember that. That was dumb.
Yeah, like you drive through and you're like, fuck. And then Texas, like I thought that was another lane. That's a good thing that I got back in that lane because we would have hit that car going 80.
Yeah.
a head-on collision with the parked car going 80. We went from 80 to 0 very quick.
Yeah.
Might not be sitting here.
Because that was not even a lane, was it?
No, it was a shoulder.
Yeah. Like,
Whatever, it was my like 11th hour driving. Fuck it.
I remember being in it and I'm just kind of sitting there questioning, I'm like, is this a lane?
Well, I thought the same thing. I was like, I better.
It's the fact of how long we drove in it though, like
It was only a couple seconds.
it felt like minutes to me.
It was like, because I remember I got over, I was like, and then I remember I wasn't like a passing guy. And oh, wow. It was really bumpy and really dusty, and I was like, this is the lane. I got over. And then like a minute or two later, we see that car, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, we would definitely not be sitting here right now.
Yeah. That was a good festival.
It was fun as shit. Good, some damn good food. My god.
Yeah, there's always good food at festivals.
Oh.
What was your favorite show? What was the one that, like, I guess, because that was back in October, what was the one that you'll remember to this day as your favorite?
Dude, Red Hot Chili Peppers, I was way too drunk for Red Hot Chili Peppers.
So you don't remember most of it?
Like, I remember a good portion of it, but, like, just, it was, the constant having to just have to go pee the whole time. I was like, fuck. And then fucking the Killers. That's honestly probably the one I remember the most because like this fucking cute ass Asian girl walks up to me. And she's like, I lost my friends. You're my friend now. And we're like dancing together and it was fucking awesome. Like that's honestly in my opinion like a festival experience. Like in my opinion it kind of felt like I was at like an older adult Warped Tour for a second.
Well, that's what they are.
True.
I mean, like they're the Warped Tour for the. I don't know, because I still always had a good time at Warped Tour. It's just that Warped Tour, you always had to deal with like some fucking teenage kid, you know, some 13, 14-year-old. Like festivals, usually it's like 16 and up, usually 18 and up.
Well, it was weird because we did see like 8-year-olds in there. I'm just like, who the fuck spends $200 some on an 8-year-old to come into a festival?
I mean, honestly, like, yeah, I remember at Electric Forest, I saw, like, you know, kids walking around and stuff, and with their parents. I remember just thinking, like, man, I couldn't imagine having a kid here. But then again, like, your festival experience can be different. I mean, it's, you know, like, I can see having I mean, Austin City Limits would, yeah, more kids, because it's more... Especially if you live in Austin, like, hey, let's, you know, we've got a Saturday pass, let's go watch some music or something.
Yeah, right?
But Lala was a lot of, you know, college-aged kids. They're kind of annoying.
Yeah,
A lot of basic bros, basic chicks. Like, all the dudes wore the same shit. All the girls wore the same shit. I remember just, like, I'm walking around, I'm like, do I stand out right now? Like, in like t-shirt and some shorts, but like all the guys would wear either like a basketball jersey, or they would wear those like button-up collared shirts, the short sleeve shirts with the crazy designs on them or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then of course like the golf pants or the golf shorts, maybe even some loafers. I remember like
Space Jam jerseys.
Oh yeah, that's what I was just about to say. It was like a ton of them. I saw a ton of Toon Squad jerseys, man. I just want to be like, look, I remember when that movie came out, and my theater only had one screen, and there was a line across, like around, you know, a movie theater, like there was a line at the door. Well, that was when they still took tickets out in the glass thing, like outside.
Oh yeah.
So they still did tickets out there, and the line like wrapped around the movie theater. And this is, boy, talk about the times. Like I was probably 7, and mom just drops me off. All right, see you, Adam. And I went to the movie by myself. Like,
Wow.
yeah, like talk about. Could you imagine parents today letting their 7-year-old go watch a movie
Yeah, mom and dad
by themselves?
Mom and dad not give a fuck about us sometimes. Be like, all right, see ya. Like, all right.
Well, knowing mom, like that was back when we lived out in Dundas, so like this was for her. This was probably a time to like, okay, I'm in town. Like, what can I get done? Like, do we have groceries or you know whatever else she could do? Because I mean, when we lived out in Dundas, that was what 20-30 minute drive.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah, into town. Yeah, it took a while. Like when we lived out in the yellow house, yeah, we still lived out in the country, but it was maybe like a 5-10 minute drive. Also, it only seemed like we didn't really have to go too far around Almley. Such a different time.
Yeah, I'm kind of thankful I don't remember those days.
We're at like pre 9/11 days.
Yeah, true.
Because I mean, like, I remember like pre 9/11. How old were you when that happened? I was like 13. Were you like 7?
7 or 8. I was in 2nd grade.
Okay, yeah, that's a 7 or 8. Yeah, I was in 7th grade when that happened. I remember I was homesick that day.
I remember just waking up and Dad was watching news. He was just like he didn't say anything. I was just watching. I'm just like, what the fuck?
No, you were already at school when that happened. Or maybe you didn't know. Maybe like you woke up the next day
It
and
might
saw
have
that
been the
happen.
next day.
Because I mean, think about it. You're 7 years old. Are they really going to tell you that the World Trade Center had collapsed?
I was just watching on the morning news. Like I'd wake up on the couch and Dad, like sometimes I'd just pass out on the couch and Dad would just be watching news or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I was homesick that day, and I remember I woke up. It was after the first tower had been hit, maybe, and turned on, and I flipped around. I was like, "Oh, it's a movie." I didn't think it was real. I was like, "This must be a movie." And then the second plane hit. I still thought it was a movie. But then, like, the news people were like, "Oh, the second tower's just been hit." And then the newscast. Oh, I think I recognize these people, and I started flipping around, and like every news channel was like NBC, ABC, Fox, everything was glued to that. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Dude, right? Oh. They're coming out with a movie about that, actually. I think.
Another one?
Yeah, but yeah, obviously another. This is like
hate that
American
shit.
pride. It's just like they're like, we have to just keep coming out movies with this now. Like,
I fucking hate movies that pull on like false patriot or not like false patriotism, but like they use tragic events to pull on people's emotions.
oh yeah,
So like like 9/11's a big one, which like I say that and like even Pearl Harbor, the Michael Bay film, is kind of uses a tragedy,
well,
but that was also kind of a war. Pearl Harbor was a wartime, but like there was a Mark Wahlberg movie. There was 2 Mark Wahlberg. There was the Patriot Day, which was the Boston bombing movie, and I was like, this sucks. I hate those kind of movies. Then there was the movie that he was on with called Deepwater Horizon, which was about the BP oil spill, and it had like the 6 men who like died on there or something. Like I hate those movies that just prey on people's emotions.
I mean, if you think about it, though, like Dunkirk was one of them. I mean, you have
Yeah, that's more wartime though.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I guess one could argue that I'm being hypocritical because I like wartime movies like Saving Private Ryan and stuff, and those kind of do prey on people's emotions and stuff. But I think there's also a historical, which you could argue that there's a historical aspect on this. But I think like, okay, I think it's different when you make a movie about World War II than if you make a movie about a 9/11 or about a tragedy that just happened.
I mean,
and,
yeah.
and a civilian tragedy at that. Like because like the Boston Marathon bombing had civilian tragedies. 9/11 had civilian tragedies. Deepwater Horizon, like those type of movies have civilian tragedies, and like wartime movies, I think are a little bit different. But I think like down the road, if you want to make a 9/11 movie, then make a 9/11 movie. But like I remember after it happened, I remember just thinking like, how long will it take before somebody tries to make a movie and make money off of this shit?
I mean, shit. I mean, it'd be terrible if they did this, but I'm honestly not expecting to see like a terrorist movie or something like that, like someone shooting up a school. Like I don't know why, but I like not. They're making a video game right now, and you basically not play as it, but you watch the gunner, and they shoot up a school, and it's for like teachers or some shit, but like it's trying to teach them how to like what to do in that situation. And so many people are like, I just want to play as that gunner and just shoot up the school. I'm like, what the fuck?
That is oh man, that's scary. That's real scary that somebody would say that. I mean, it's one thing when like I mean in Call of Duty, like was it Modern Warfare 1, where you went up and you shot up an airport and like a hotel.
Oh, that's Modern Warfare 2.
Was that too, where you like infiltrate, and then you get in the van, the guy goes, "Wait," pops you in the face, and you're like, "Fuck."
You literally shoot up a fucking airport, and
I don't know. There's
so
some
much backlash, but I mean, it was like, I don't know how to.
I mean, it did give shock value to it.
Exactly, it was kind of like a good little piece.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd feel. Well, if they haven't really made movies about like school shootings or anything like that. I mean, like as we talk about that, like Clint Eastwood has a movie coming out about like the guys. Like there was a train heading from London or heading to Paris or something, and like some terrorists got on, but then there was some Marines on the train or something. Maybe I should watch it. I don't know. Clint Eastwood's a good director. Make good movies.
Right.
Although, again, like, I think American Sniper, that kind of... like movies... I mean, of course, they're appealing to their public, but, I mean, Chris Kyle, or Kyle Chris, I can't remember. You guys got two first names, but, I mean, he did four things in the Iraq or the Afghanistan war, and he's American hero and stuff, and so yeah, I'm okay with him making a movie about that. But like, you do think like going towards like people's patriotism shit. I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent.
I mean, that's kind of how we've been for the last hour or so. Just going on like a tangent.
Yeah. We've just been kind of talking. It's alright. It's okay.
Well, we still gotta learn, like, we still gotta make up a name for this podcast.
Like the Super Broadcast.
Super Broadcast.
Super Broadcast.
It's just,
Super Mario Bros. Super Neil Bros.
Just kind of like lure people, be like, yep, the Super Mario Brothers. Never mind.
Trademark. Yeah, we're gonna get sued by Nintendo. I don't know. I can't think of a fucking name. Maybe somebody could suggest one. Suggest. Um,
Super Podcast Bros Retro Gaming Show.
we don't need. We want people to be able to find us too. If you make it a really long name, somebody's gonna be like, "So what was that called?" Whatever. They're probably not looking.
See, I have my name as Stellar Dudes, and then I have right now as the name for the podcast. I have a RuneScape live stream and movie podcast. That's a little too long in my opinion. I probably should just put movie podcast or something just simple.
I don't know. We need to think of something. We need to, you almost kind of want to brand something out there. Because I mean, there's a lot of people that do. There's some good podcasts out there. There's one called My Favorite Murder. It's like these two women. They talk about like murder mysteries and stuff. I listened to a few episodes. There's one called How Stuff Works. That one's not bad. And then of course all Kevin Smith's ones and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Except man, like at the end of Fat Man on Batman, he always does like questions from the audience. And like, man, sometimes the audience members. This is why I do not like the fact that morning radio shows always have to have like their listeners call in. Because like, yeah, every once in a while there's a funny listener, but like 90% of the time, like people just aren't funny.
No.
And like, and then when you give somebody an outlet to be funny, and they only have a little second to be funny, they like I was over at Corey's house for his birthday a couple weekends ago. Which, by the way, I'm going to be at Albany weekend.
Next weekend?
Next Saturday.
Oh, sweet, I'm off.
Corey Henricks. I guess there's a band at Babalu's.
There might be, I don't know.
And he said he wants to come to town and party for his birthday, which his birthday is Wednesday, I think.
I think I'm off Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday.
But I guess back to my story, like when I was over at Corey McDonald's house, like I kind of felt like somebody would say a joke, and I feel like somebody would try to go over the top, try to one up that joke and stuff. I don't know, I just kind of felt weird. Then it kind of felt like everybody was trying to one off, and then next thing you know, we got dead babies. Not really, but dead baby jokes or whatever.
I don't think I was there, was I?
No, I like just came to town for a night. And I literally got home probably like 4 or 5 a.m. Like got here. Because I probably left only around midnight or 1 or something. And bounce. Because I remember just sitting there thinking like, I don't want to wake up on the couch tomorrow. I want to wake up at home.
Damn.
I'm gonna drink some coffee.
I got off work, I was just like, oh, where's Adam at?
Yeah, I bounced pretty quick. Yeah, I just wanted to get home.
Yeah, I've spent a couple
But I had also just been only like the week before or something. Or, yeah, that was just a couple. I mean, I had just left only like that Monday. And I really just kind of wanted a weekend or like a couple days as myself to kind of get started up again.
Oh, yeah.
For the New Year and stuff. Well, yeah, because that was New Year's weekend. Also, I also got the flu that next week. And and somebody told me that when you start getting symptoms of the flu, you're kind of unsocial. And you kind of just want to be like in your own element. So I think that's kind of why I just want to be in my apartment. Because even at Tom and Lindsay's New Year's Eve party, I was like, like there was a point during the night where for a couple hours I just stayed up in their room and I was just rolling blunts and people would come up and would just smoke and then like a next wave of people would come up and would smoke. Like it was like college again where I just sit upstairs and get stoned and the party just kind of walks in and keeps coming to me. Like this is great.
Yeah, I remember that. The amount of times I'd be chilling up there with you. Just
Yeah.
different groups of people just smoking.
She's like, great, I don't recognize half these people in my fucking room.
Oh shit! I got pissed like a motherfucker.
Yeah, do you want to end it?
We could. I mean, is there anything you want to talk about that's been on your
Movie
mind?
wise? No. Have you seen Thor yet?
I have seen most of it.
Let's watch Thor.
Because, I mean, I've been to the point where he basically becomes the power of the hammer. And, yeah, they're getting everyone on a ship and everything.
You're called Thor. God of Thunder, not God of Hammer. Great line.
It was a really good movie, though. Like, I loved watching a fucking Hulk that talks.
Yeah, that was good. Maybe after it comes out on DVD, or maybe after you watch, we could talk a little bit more about it. But I guess we got Black Panther. That's like less than a month away. We got Infinity War like three or 4 months away. You got the Han Solo, and then also Deadpool's like in June. Deadpool 2.
Oh shit, dude! Yeah, we have a lot of movies coming out this year.
Yeah, we got a good looking. It's kind of like it's almost like the like every other year we have a good slate. Like last summer, yeah, we had a decent slate of movies. What did we have? Like Wonder Woman, Guardians.
But I mean, it was like decent. It wasn't like Wonder Woman. Obviously, was a great movie. We had Spider-Man as well.
Oh yeah, we had Spider-Man. Yeah, but we weren't looking forward. Well, personally, like I mean, I was such let down by like Suicide Squad and like Batman vs Superman. I wasn't like looking forward to Wonder Woman. I didn't even watch it in theaters.
I didn't. I didn't watch that in theaters either.
Yeah, I went and saw it. I waited till it came out, and then I was like, "Wow, that's a great movie." Whoops, done something. I mean, that could be a movie that we talk about next. Wonder Woman.
Yeah, we could definitely talk Wonder Woman. Definitely talk. I actually haven't really. I need to retouch and watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2 again.
Yeah, we could talk about that. I watched that not too long ago. I just don't know if I want to rewatch it.
We never really talked Doctor Strange either. And there are a lot of good movies on Netflix right now. Like, this is the perfect time to watch these movies. Like, oh, I can't find Netflix right now.
I'm hardly on Netflix anymore.
Yeah, same, but like, it's just, there's still
I know there's still
movies to watch on it now.
Yeah. And even when I think, like, I should watch a movie, I'll flip through Netflix. And I mean, literally, the best analogy I heard for Netflix is it's having a refrigerator full of food with nothing to eat.
Dude, I don't know, though, because right now what I'm looking at is Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Godzilla, which, you know,
Is that any good? I didn't watch that.
I haven't watched it either, and I have to check it out because they have that. They have Captain Underpants, which
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw the Funkover or the comics all the time when I was a kid. I don't think it'll probably be good. They have Bright, which I heard is really, really fucking good. They have new Pirates of the Caribbean out there.
Yeah, no.
I haven't watched it all.
Pirates hasn't been good since the first one.
They do have Rogue One on there.
Well, yeah, but they've had Rogue One for a while.
Well, I didn't know that. And Doctor
seen Rogue One
Strange
on
and Civil War and then Batman Begins.
Oh, they have Batman Begins on there?
Yeah.
I might watch Batman Begins because Mark and Kevin they did the commentary track to it. which they did the commentary track, and then Kevin Smith was eating the entire time. And I was like, "Fuck, man!"
Really?
Like, yeah, I'm like, "God damn, I can hear you eating. Come on." And, like sometimes you talk, I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." Damn it, I know you're eating, man. Can you set aside time not to eat while you're on mic?
Oh, there's a lot of good movies on here that they are definitely worth checking out. So I'm off.
Yeah, I've
Wait,
just
if you're
seen
coming
all
to
those
town,
movies. Maybe, I mean, maybe Sunday. It depends on how quickly I want to get back to St. Louis on Sunday.
definitely do something.
Yeah, it just depends on how I feel, because how hard I go Saturday night.
I get paid tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dependent, I might go out to the bar. I'm not sure yet. I gotta pay a fucking car payment tomorrow.
Yeah, save your money.
Yeah. But I'll still probably go out to the bar. Well, I convinced Colin to go out Saturday, so if he does actually go out, then I would love to go out. Like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'll go, who's Yoits Me 420
What do you mean?
on here? On Discord.
Oh, James.
Oh, yeah, you invited me to join the server. I didn't come back.
Oh.
It was on the 13th, so what I was doing.
Yeah, that's theirs.
Probably last week. Yeah, last week. What happens if I mention him? Oh, I can just do this. Haha. Fuck. Okay.
Which he is gonna
All right,
get on
well.
soon.
Huh?
He is gonna get on soon because we're gonna play some RuneScape together.
Oh, that sounds like a jolly old time. I'm gonna get off here.
Bro. But yeah, let's just think of some things you want to do next week, and if you go back, like we could probably still stream or something, like podcast.
Yeah, we still this kind of seems to work. Yeah, we can figure out a movie. I mean, we could probably do a Marvel movie since we've already touched a DC movie and we've touched a Star Wars movie. I mean, we can do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah, we somewhat touched on a little bit of Marvel, like talking about Venom and all that.
Yeah, we kind of did the news, which we kind of steal from Fat Man on Batman. Which, I mean, well, we steal from any kind of geek podcast. They're like, hey, the news.
Yeah, true.
But we talked about that. Yeah, we can figure something out. All right, well, I'm getting off here.
All right, later, bro.
Later, man.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'll be back, possibly to play some RuneScape, which I already was, but I'm playing some RuneScape. Peace out, motherfuckers.